What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video interview here today on Fightful Overbooked. We are here today with the ever-talented man like DeReiss. How are you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and we'll just get straight into questions. And so, you just did recently get back from the US. You were there for the Jersey J Cup. You did only last in the first round, unfortunately, but you didn't wrestle a couple of matches during that time period. And I'm just wondering what that experience was like. Obviously, you're familiar with GCW. You've worked there quite a bit, but how was the Jersey J Cup in general for you?
I thought the Jersey Cup was a wicked opportunity. Like as you say, I was only lasted the first round, but that's because I got Masha Slamovich, man, and no one could beat her in the whole tournament. So I feel like if the draw was different, then maybe I would have got further, and then maybe would have lost to Masha in the final. But like, luck of the draw, and on that weekend, Masha Slamovich was the best wrestler there, and fair play to her. But in general, the whole experience was amazing. I was there not long ago in November, and that was great. And I was thinking, how can this one top the last tour? But it surpassed it even more so.
Obviously, during that time, you did team with Chris Bay a couple of times, and I'm just wondering what that experience was like. Obviously, working with Chris so closely, and just in general, what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, he's a fantastic wrestler as well. Obviously, he's TNA Tag Team Champion at the moment. He's wrestled all over the globe. He's got his own tag partner, Ace Austin, who's fantastic as well. So, like, we've only met like a couple of times prior to this. I think 1PW and Mania week last year. So, like, we didn't exactly know each other very well, but I feel like we had natural chemistry, which shown, especially in the tag match against Sam Sackhouse and Fego Del Sol. And hopefully we get to do it again at some point in the future.
And you did mention just Mania week there from last year. I'm just wondering, what do you have any plans for this year's Mania week? Are you heading to Philadelphia? Is there any matches you'd like to have during WrestleMania week in Philadelphia, or is it kind of just if you can get booked, you'd really like to be on a show?
So last Mania week was hectic. It was my first Mania week, and I feel like I'm going into this one with a lot more experience and preparation for it than I did last year. I've got Progress already, and I've got another show under. I can't remember who's in the match. It's like a 6-way scramble, but there's a lot of cool people in the match. I know Alec Price is in the match, so that's 2 already confirmed. I've got a couple more which are to be announced, which I can't reveal just yet. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But personally, I would like to wrestle someone like Mike Bailey. I think he's fantastic. He's like one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Very, very good. Jacob Fatu, I think he's fantastic as well. I feel like Calvin Tankman as well. I don't even know if he's going to be there, but he's a great wrestler that I'm a big fan of. So any of those guys. Me and Leon against East West Express is something that I'd love to have. Or against ABC as well, Bullet Club. So quite a few.
You did just mention there just a couple of matches that you'd like, obviously during Mania week, but in general for 2024, you've kind of had that you've had more high-profile opponents, like you mentioned, Masha and so on. And I'm just wondering this year, is there anyone else? You did mention that couple of people, but is there anyone else that you would like to lock up with this year that you haven't wrestled before, maybe?
There's people who haven't wrestled in singles matches that I would like in singles, such as like the whole Welsh scene, really, like Wild Boar, Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster. Like I've wrestled them all in tag matches, but never in singles. So I'd like all of them to happen. In America, there's a whole bunch of guys I'd like to wrestle, like Los Masillos. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it properly, but yeah. I'd like to wrestle Bussy, like really good friends, Valley Catch, and get on well with Effie. Jack Cartwheel, I think we'd have a wicked match. He's cool. Like we had a little sprinkle in the ring together last week, but it wasn't really like it was like 60 seconds. If we had a whole match together, I think that'd be cool. Starboy Charlie, I think he's wicked. some more tag teams as well, actually. So maybe Kevin Koo. And how was that tag? What they called as a tag team again? I think they'd be great against me and Leon at Boisterous Behavior for GCW or tag bouts.
So obviously, just did list off a couple of you've made kind of almost a second home kind of over here in Ireland with OTT. You've made
definitely.
You've been over here quite a bit, and I'm just wondering from your perspective, what do you make of the Irish scene in general? What do you make of OTT, and is there a goal in mind to kind of keep coming to OTT, keep wrestling the OTT roster, and would an OTT world title mean a lot to you?
Oh yes, definitely. OTT is generally one of my favorite promotions to wrestle in. One of the best in Europe, easily. I love the whole roster. Get on very well with a lot of the guys, like Session Moth Martina, Fabulous Nikki, and all that. Personally, I want to win a title in OTT now. Like, I've been around for like almost 2 years. I've won cool matches, I've lost matches, wrestled cool opponents. And I feel like what's next for me is to win a title, whether that is a gender neutral title, the OTT World Heavyweight Championship, the Tag Team Championships. Like, I'm ready for everything, really. I've got tag partners. I can perform in big matches, especially how Sammy D has been the champion for almost a year now. He's a very good wrestler. He was my first match in OTT. So it'd be good to run that one back and see if we can get the win over him this time. And Renzo Rose, like I say, good to run that one back as well. Lost to him. So I've got some scores to settle, really. So I feel like it writes itself. I would like to have a championship match at Scrappermania. I tweeted Joker Bray about this. I don't know if he's replied on that podcast, but yo, Joker Bray, I would like a title match at Scrappermania, bro. That's what it is.
Keeping just with OTT, you were featured in the local Rumble. It was OTT's first actual Rumble match. Obviously, you're familiar with Rumble matches. You've competed in several of them over the last few years, and just wondering, for a first time match for a company like OTT, how do you think it all went down? Do you think it came across as a successful venture? Yeah.
It was amazing. There's so many characters, music, entrances, moments. I think that's what the Rumble's really about, really.
Yeah.
Like J Cup, luck of the draw. I was in number 2. Come on, man. So that's what I mean. I've got a score to settle this year. I want to clean up championship, especially in OTT. But the Rumble was amazing because I was out like in the first third of the match. I was able to watch the second half, well, second 2/3, and I enjoyed it a lot. So,
another recent OTT appearance that you did have was back at the back end of last year. You did actually team with a real one / Enzo. Just wondering what that experience was like, getting to wrestle like with the Rascals while teaming with him, and just is there anything that you did learn from him in that time?
Enzo is obviously a massive character, as you could imagine. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I feel like the Rascals are great opponents. Wrestled them a couple of times to get with Leon at 1PW. But yeah, I really enjoyed the experience. I appreciate Joker Bray for putting me in a cool opportunity like that to wrestle with some cool guys. But yeah, man, Enzo's cool. Get on real well. It's great to tag with him.
So just for like 2024 in general, I did ask about WrestleMania week. I did ask about possible opponents, but what you did mention as well that you wanted to compete at Scrapper for a title. But overall in 2024, is there any significant goals? What does man like DeReiss want to accomplish in 2024?
2024, I want to make as big of a splash in the independent wrestling scene as possible. I want to be in all the top tournaments around the world. I want to be in everything. Like, I want to be in Battle of Los Angeles. I want to be in the Super Strong style, and I want to win a tournament. I want to win a trophy, something that I've never done in my career. The best I've done was get to a final in Italy, but other than that, I haven't really had the best luck when it comes to cup runs. Also, I want to wrestle the best wrestlers. on the planet. I want to have the best matches. I want to get in the best shape. And I'm putting the wheels in motion to try and achieve these things early and working hard at the moment.
A big part of your wrestling career and your character as a whole has been your rapping ability, your love for rapping, and just wondering how you did manage to come to the decision that you wanted to kind of combine both of those aspects of two things that you do love, wrestling and rapping. And is there anything that you want to accomplish with that combination?
So like when I was younger, I wanted to be a grime MC, really. When I grew up, I used to love the likes of Boy Better Know, which is like Skepta, Wiley, Frisco, Maximum BBK, Jammer, and then other people like Chipmunk. And I used to love these guys, used to watch videos online like every single night. And then, but at the same time, I decided I want to be a wrestler. So I've been like spitting bars, rapping since I was in school. But then eventually wrestling just started to go further. So then I was thinking, wow, I still love music. So then one day I think it was an Attack Pro show. I was like, to Dan, I was like, yo, what if I just come out spitting the bars, the Flee for Bizzle? And then I just did that. And then eventually we got to lockdown. And then that's when I just got booked by Progress. And Progress was like, we can't use that song. So then I got James Amner to look in the library to see if there's any instrumentals. And then I just had to write my own song for that, and then that's how it merged together, I guess.
So last year, obviously, a good few English wrestlers were brought in for AEW All In. You were one of them as a cameo appearance. I'm just wondering what that experience was like for you. Obviously, working Wembley Stadium, even if you weren't actually wrestling a match, what was that experience for you like? And is that something that you'd like to have happen again this year?
Oh, that was an amazing experience as well. Like, thing is, with AEW, I've realised I know half of the roster anyway. So like when I did some work with WWE, I knew less of those. But AEW, it's just like I've wrestled half of them. So like Aussie Open, obviously there, like Eddie Kingston's there. So it was very laid back, other than one incident. But it was I've got nothing but great words to say. We got looked after well. Captain Sean Dean made sure we was looked after. The food was amazing, and to be a part of the actual pay-per-view where it was actually aired on like ITV and everything, that was cool experience. And I really appreciate them sending the email, getting organizing the opportunity.
So obviously this week is a big week for the British wrestling scene. Rev Pro this weekend. Will Ospreay is going to be finishing up his run in the independent scene in the UK. And just as someone who has been prevalent in that scene for the last couple of years, what do you think what kind of impact do you think Ospreay leaving for AEW is going to do for the British UK scene?
Well, Ospreay already has a massive influence on this whole scene, and he has done for the past, I don't know, 6-7 years now. And it's already deeply rooted. Sometimes you won't be able to see it until a couple of years from now. But I feel like this match isn't going to be the start of it. This is it's been going on for a while now. It isn't always just seen by the public. But I think this match will be able to propel, especially the OJMO. Well, Michael Oku now. I know he didn't go off that. But this will be able to propel Michael Oku now and show the world how much of a big star he is and he can be. Also gets lots of eyes on Rev Pro, the British scene, and Will's obviously going to do a great job in AEW. He has already for a while made a big splash there. So yeah, it's interesting to see where it goes from now. I feel like we've got a lot of hungry wrestlers. The Rev Pro roster's fantastic. You've got some of the best wrestlers in Europe, like Luke Jacobs, like us Jim, Ethan Allen when he gets back there, JJ, is it just JJ? What's his name? I was say Jay Joshua, not him. JJ Gale, that's it. JJ Gale. Who else is on there? Michael Oku, Amira, like some real good wrestlers on there.
Just before we do start to wrap things up here, obviously in December we did lose someone who was a beacon of light kind of in the UK independent scene, Mr. Madcore Curtis Chapman. And I'm just wondering if you have a positive memory, a positive story that you can tell about Kurt, just to keep his memory alive in a way.
I can't tell you half of these memories because then I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble with the police. But
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you, I was one of Kurt. Me and Kurt used to do ghostwriting for each other on tweets on Twitter. So sometimes you see a tweet that Kurt's tweeted, but I was the one who sent him. You should tweet that, and vice versa. And that's why we used to get in so much trouble by other wrestlers. Not other wrestlers, but like we were younger. We were like in our early 20s. So then older wrestlers would be like, "You probably shouldn't have tweeted that." I'd be like, it's me. But yeah, we used to go crazy on tweets.
So just before we do finish things up here today, obviously you do have a couple of bookings coming up, Kamikaze Pro Wrestling and so on. But is there anything in particular you do want to plug? Let people know to come watch and just to experience your talents.
When will this be?
This should be up tomorrow, I believe.
What time?
I'm not sure. Early enough.
It's going to be if I plug Kamikaze, it's going to be a bit tight.
If you plug Kamikaze, I'll say, right, get this up before then.
Wait, I got Kamikaze this weekend. This Sunday, I do have a show which I put on my dates list when I probably shouldn't have because I shouldn't. But that's a secret exclusive. But yeah, I'm not meant to be talking about that one, so that's weird. Next week, I'm not sure. Let me have to check on my. Oh yeah, I'm really bad with dates, by the way.
And don't worry about it.
I actually use my calendar, my thing that I put out, my poster, to let myself know of the dates.
Yeah.
I'm in Glasgow next week. See, I forgot I'm in Scotland next week for Community Pro. Santina Morella is on the show. Then I got Tider Wrestling. You're gonna have to chip this bit out for me. Who am I wrestling? I'm wrestling Truman Roswell. That's it. Big W. That's another tournament first round. So let's see how we get on there.
Hopefully you can do a little better and it won't be a replication of I did love your tweet on just like usual for England going out on penniless. So yeah, I did enjoy it. Hopefully you can break that streak anyway.
Absolutely. And I got one more I need to plug. I've got Progress Wrestling next week because Lee would absolutely scream at me if I didn't plug that one. But that's at the Electric Ballroom in Camden. I got Yochi. Big match. He's a great wrestler. I can't wait to wrestle him.
Okay, guys, that's going to be the end of this interview. A big thanks to man like DeReiss for coming on for this interview. If you want to follow him on social media, you can find him at DeReiss _. And yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this interview, and make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one.